my scrappy friends, welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. Today is Scraplift Saturday, and me and Rachel are teaming up this weekend to bring to you a scraplift layout of Wilna. So we are using a really old Wilna layout. It's from October afternoon. I'll have a link below from the Pinterest board. It was on Pinterest, and then it links it to October afternoon. But it's a pretty simple layout, and it's Wilna, but it's not really, like, you can definitely tell that it's earlier on, like it's an early one, because it's less mixed media. It really doesn't have much mixed media. It has a little bit of paint at it. But anyway, I'm going to be mostly using the Shine collection because I haven't really used it yet. And I've been using a lot of my kits and stuff, but I thought it might be nice to use it. There's quite a few blues and stuff in this collection, and I thought the blues might go well because I am going to be scrapping these pictures of my kids looking at the snow and then playing in the snow. When we were in El Paso, Texas, it snows like once every few years, and it just happened to snow one of the winters that we were there. And when I mean by snow, we got a dusting of snow. I think pretty much what you see on the ground is the extent of how much it actually accumulated. It definitely wasn't much. But, you know, the kids were really excited and in awe, and so we let them play outside for a little while. It was really, really wet snow, the really big flakes. So that's really fun to play in. But I thought it would be fun. I did another layout not too long ago with another picture that was similar to this. I really wanted to photograph or like scrap the pictures of the kids playing in the snow too. So I'm going to make sure that I put these in the album next to that other layout. But I thought that this grid paper that I'm using, or, well, it's not really, well, it's a grid paper, but it's like ledger paper, would be really nice to use as one of the background papers because I could write on there. In my photos, I don't have the journaling in there, but by the time it gets in my album, I'll have some journaling. And it's just going to be simple journaling because I already have another layout that's pretty similar. And I just really wanted to document it because for the most part we haven't been anywhere where it's been, like, even when we were in El Paso, it gets cold, but it doesn't get that cold, and so snow is rare. And I just really wanted to document that. And since there's only a few pictures, it's not like I have like hundreds of pictures every year of the kids playing in the snow, so I figured it would be fun. And I am using chipboard to pop up these photos. I'm not using any layers on my photos. I know that I probably could since that's something that I do, but I really kind of wanted to stick with how Wilna did this layout. And I thought that it would be something different for me to try and have some photos that don't have layers underneath, like right underneath my photo. And I really like the way that those 4 pieces of paper are layered, and I just tried to use some interest with using different colors and stuff, and I think that this really goes along with that holiday feel of like the winter time and stuff. And I know there's quite a bit of snow on the inspiration piece, and so that's kind of what my thought was going is that it's December, and this photo was taken in December too. And that's one thing to remember when you guys are looking at these inspiration pieces. Sometimes it's kind of hard to pick out something that just like innately jumps out at you. And you can always look at it and go, hey, you know, there's something that says hello December and this photo was taken in December or something. You know, it doesn't have to be a big element that you're using for the inspiration piece. It's just something that, like, if your brain thinks of something when you look at that, it doesn't have to look like the piece to be inspired by the piece. So that's kind of where I took it with this, with the inspiration board. And I'm really loving the colors from the Pink Fresh Studio, and I had a few of those frames left, and so I'm going to use that frame that says snapshots. And right now I don't know what I'm going to do with the other part of that frame, but I will end up using it. And I end up moving that chipboard because behind, or with those layers of washi tape, Wilna also had like a die cut or something, and so I thought that using that chipboard there would look nice. But then as I get adding these tabs, because she uses tabs on every single photo, and she has 4 photos and I only have 3, but I thought that this was a good way to show how you don't have to use the exact number. And she also used a flare, and I kind of play with the flare, but I'm not exactly sure if I like exactly. So I did keep those tabs there, but I'm going to end up moving them because it's kind of when I'm playing around with this that I'm realizing I don't like that. And then I remembered I had that cut apart with the hearts that look really similar to the paper. And so I want to use that, but I wanted to put it off to the side. And then I'm like, why don't I just put the tabs on the outside papers too, instead of doing them all on the photos? Because I kind of felt like it made my photos, I don't know, I just didn't really care for it. Of course, I had a lot of tape on that, keeping it behind the photo since there was nothing really behind the photo. So I really have to wipe at that ATG. I just didn't want to come off of that paper. I think it's because I use the matte photo paper, and so sometimes it's just sticks on there, and then whatever you have on your hands kind of starts. So I will put a piece of washi tape there because I didn't care for that. You could see a little bit of the smudging, and I thought the washi tape would kind of cover it up a little bit. And I'm using it's a plus sign washi tape, but they're similar colors to what I have been using. And so, oh yeah, I'm thinking about if I want to use those stars around that I punched out, because Wilna had used like butterfly, like there was a punched image on one of the sides of the papers that she used, because Wilna's really, really good about, if she uses like paper to punch something, she'll still use that paper somewhere else. And I think that that's fun, you know, if you use part of a paper that you punch something out of, you can still use that paper on another layout. Obviously I did it for this layout, but I also have these XO stickers, like sequin sticker things. And so I decided that I was going to put XO and then XO around the share. The Joy, Wilna had a nice white clean cut file from Silhouette in the middle of her photos for her title. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to switch it around and use a piece of that chipboard and then put those pieces there. And at first I wasn't exactly sure how I feel about it. And I don't know, sometimes I'm not really sure how I feel about it. But once you stick those down on the photos, they're kind of down. So that's okay. And then here's where I'm moving it, and then of course the backing came off, so I had to re-glue it down. But that's okay, because now it's stuck and it's not going to fall off, right? Hopefully. But I really like the way that the XOXO looks once you get to the close-ups. And I'm almost done. I think this is where I start thinking about, oh yeah, I add a few more stars, chipboard stars from the kit, from the chipboard sheet. And then I'm going to get some paint, and I'm using my roller date stamp. I'm just going to put it on the tabs a little bit. If I thought about it, I would have got one of those little phrase stamps and used the one on there, but that's okay. Things you think about after you finish the layout. I was really trying to keep this a minimal layout because Wilna really didn't do a whole lot. She added splatters. Her splatters were a lot bigger, so she probably added a lot more water. And I could have did that, but I wasn't. There's a lot going on. My papers, I used a lot busier papers than I think Wilna did. And so because of that, I was really trying to keep the splatters nice and light. And then I'm going to add some gold since I have the gold from the sequins. And that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to go and check out Rachel's layout and see what she did with this, with Wilna's layout. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Bye!